2, 3, tabarouette. 1, 2, 3, 4, is this thing on? Hey, ça s'en vient bon ce livre-là, on va dire que c'est du vrai self-disclosure de Jim Carrey. J'ai un petit peu un mal de tête, puis ma gorge, faut que je me prenne une pastille pour la gorge. Fait que je parlerai pas trop fort, mais le microphone il est supposé d'être bon. Memoirs and misinformation. Et moi, je vous donne pas de la misinformation, mais c'est dur à savoir, mais la misinformation vient probablement pas de Jim Carrey puis du monsieur qui l'écrit avec lui. Là. Mais c'est du bon self-disclosure, on va dire ça. Puis tu vois toutes les imperfections de Jim Carrey, mais tu sais, causées par le monde de Hollywood un petit peu, tu sais, la culture. Hey, je viens de ramasser sa bibliothèque, mais ça fait comme... Là, j'ai une tonne de DVD, mais j'ai pas d'électricité pour les écouter de mon motorisé. Là, mais... Hier, j'ai rencontré une madame qui était un petit peu plus vieille que moi, puis elle a un motorisé d'à peu près de la même grosseur. Bien différent, par exemple. J'ai pas vu en dedans, mais elle a un chien poodle, là, tu sais. Puis, elle n'est pas revenue coucher après sa commission d'aller chercher de l'eau à la même place où je l'ai vue. J'ai vu son véhicule aujourd'hui, mais j'aurais aimé ça être ami avec elle. Moi, je partageais des activités, avoir un acquaintance dans la vie, quelque chose en commun. Elle a une fille, puis elle dit qu'elle va passer l'hiver la dernière fois à Calgary avec son motorisé, puis qu'elle plug là-bas avec sa fille. Elle a dit qu'elle aimerait ça aller en Floride le prochain hiver. Moi, je filme ça, ce vidéo-là. Là. Je vais peut-être le poster pour vous autres à un moment donné, mais je le filme pour moi, c'est thérapeutique. Je m'ai levé un matin, puis ben hier soir, il y avait comme une coquerelle, non, je sais pas, cockroach ou beetle, sur mon skylight de mon motorisé qui est pas gros. Là. Il y a encore mon plastique dessus, puis isolé pour la chaleur de l'hiver. Mais j'ai dit, as-tu atterri là, je serais un petit peu de chaleur, on va partir demain matin. Alors, je vais partir. Mais il y en avait d'autres morts à terre. Puis là, je faisais des devoirs à l'intérieur du collège, comme appliqué pour une job. Là. Puis, quand je sors dehors, quelques heures plus tard, il y a de la boucane partout. Là, ça vient de Fort St. James, je pense. Puis nous autres, on est à Quesnel. C'est assez loin. Moi, ça n'affecte pas ma respiration. Puis, c'est pas ça qui me donne un petit problème de dos, mais tu peux le sentir un petit peu. Mais je me demande si c'est des Beatles qui se sauvaient de là. Puis, il y en a qui ont manqué de force ou ils n'ont pas réussi parce que, tu sais, je sais pas, ils ont suivi à la place de s'éloigner, je sais pas. Ça se peut. À moins que c'est normal, ça, c'est ainsi de l'année ou la chaleur, je sais pas. Mais je n'ai vu quelques autres morts à terre. Moi, ça fait 3 jours que mon motorisé il partait, là. Puis, j'étais à la piscine aujourd'hui, puis mon mal de tête commençait. Puis, je pensais plus comme des muscles, tu sais. J'ai procrastiné pour mettre mon massageur, là, tu sais, sur mes muscles, tu sais, ma électricité, là. Tensor, je faisais mon neck hammock les derniers soirs un petit peu, mais faut que je fasse ça à soir. C'est ça, je pense qu'il y a quoi. Puis les différences de chaleur, froid. Tu sais, j'ai mangé un milkshake hier soir au McDonald's parce que je voulais retourner à la chambre de bain. Puis ça a peut-être ruiné mon sommeil aussi, il faisait chaud. Puis, tu sais, c'est du laitier, puis c'est du poison. Puis ben, ça fait comme 3 jours qu'ils n'ont pas réparé le papier de toilette encore au McDonald's. Puis ils se foutent pas mal du monde, me dire. Il y a plein d'exemples. En tout cas, je suis pas pire où j'étais, tu sais, parce que je suis venu faire des commissions en ville. J'ai trouvé le landfill. J'ai débarrassé des sacs de recyclage, puis des poubelles. J'ai fait plus de place à mon motorisé. Mais tu sais, j'avais pas beaucoup de force avec mon mal de tête. Je venais de prendre un Tylenol. Puis là, d'un coup, mon véhicule s'empire. Puis là, j'aurais dû tout de suite pull over, là, tu sais, parce que je suis dans le centre-ville de Quesnel. Non, je vais me rendre plus proche à la bibliothèque. Mais c'est il a stallé juste au stop, un 4 stops super busy, là, tu sais. Il fallait que je dirige des autobus. Des fois, les piétons ils osaient de se faire frapper quand le monde il me passait. J'étais juste à la ligne du 4 stop, là, mais moi, fallait que je fasse quelque chose. Là. Ça partait plus, ça tournait, mais on dirait que c'est le gaz qui se rendrait pas ou l'électricité qui se rendrait plus, je sais pas. J'ai ouvert en dedans la console, puis la plug qui envoie l'électricité, elle s'est pas dépluguée, comme je pense qu'il était peut-être la cause d'autres fois, mais je suis pas certain. C'est peut-être qu'il vient chaud le véhicule, quand il vient chaud, il veut rien savoir. Ça tombe pas bien pour sauver des feux, là. Moi, je pensais que j'étais content que les derniers jours, on va quand même sauver des feux parce que c'est certain qu'il va en avoir plus. Là, on commence, on fait juste commencer. 2023-2024, ça va être les années apocalypse, au début d'apocalypse. C'est pas comme si ça va arrêter là. C'est pas comme si dans une, deux, trois générations, tout va se stabiliser. C'est pas de moins que c'est pas de moins que ça marche avec le dommage que l'espèce dont je partage le matériau génétique a ruiné la biosphère. Là, c'est pas. Ils prendront pas planter des arbres là, ici et là pour récupérer ça. Là, ça va s'empirer pour longtemps, longtemps. Plus le cycle de maximum du soleil, on n'est même pas arrivé là encore. Ajoute El Niño, ajoute encore les mauvaises conversations, encore les. On se fout du monde. T'sais, moi, là, ma vie est difficile, c'est traumatique. Puis le trauma que j'ai, là, il y a une sorte que j'ai qui est vraiment incomparable, c'est the sense of aloneness. Martin, how dare you? The refugees, yeah. Well, the people that even care about that would compare me to it, and I'd say I agree. It is worse for them what they're going through when percentages of them are dying or not eating or they're not even anywhere close to where they might be accepted as human beings with human rights. And that's the best countries in the world that they're going to or already at. So, but still, when I was in a refugee center in Norway, it's the same story. As I felt so alone, and I was helping and tutoring kids for free. And that place, though, was not government related. It was mostly funding by an ethnic related organization because most of the refugees fit that category, and so I didn't get special treatment at all. I didn't get their lawyer to help, and but also, like, everybody there has family or were calling family on their phone. So yeah, they have no clue what the sense of aloneness in one's life is. And the fact that they're a family or they're young or they're cute or they're supporting each other, it's still, they're more cute when I say, well, like when they're kids, they will get more support in certain situations, although there's plenty of politicians at the highest level in countries of the Western world who don't give a damn about the other people's kids. So, but I mean, some of them, if they're dressed nice and they're funny and they're around people enough in these centers where they're being fed and everybody's happy and it's not like super traumatizing what you see that you want to disconnect yourself even more from what is basic sentience and sapience, then yes, they'll be treated okay and their families are supportive and they're getting support from some of the richer people when they go to these other centers in other countries that are funding these advocacy groups. Yeah, I don't get that. So plus you add my sense of aloneness in ways that people will never realize, not just in relation to not having friends or my own relatives, but in the sense of who I am and what I accept, that I won't compromise anymore just to belong. Anyways, after I take my Tylenol, the vehicle breaks down. I do a few things, and eventually two guys push me in neutral because it was a slight downhill, and I managed to get to a couple of parking spots closer to the library, which, I mean, when my vehicle cools down, it might start. It might not. It might be that I'll have to work on it from here tomorrow morning. I can't tonight, I'm too tired. But I was going to go to where I was before, which is close to two places where I can sit in air conditioning and do internet homework, have bathrooms that are not used very frequently so I can relax, and one is pool and shower, and the other one I get help with printing and scanning stuff if I need. But there's no healthy food around there, just at McDonald's, and I could slowly do a little bit of dishes and cook more foods, but there's nothing I could buy right now. I don't have a chance to refreeze ice packs or to have a refrigerator, so what I buy has to be eaten right away. So it's like fast food. Even if I buy healthy stuff, you gotta and I'm going through more plastic containers because of it, right? When you don't have access to a refrigerator, so I am wasting more food, and I am purchasing more, essentially packaging, not just unhealthy food, but packaging. So poor breeds poor, but even the rich don't live healthy lives when they have the money for it. So, I mean, there's people here that want to complain about the fires while their trucks are running, the windows open, they're scratching lottery tickets, and they're smoking cigarettes, and so it's hard to be sympathetic to them. They're causing the problem right now. They go quadding, dirt biking, starting these fires in the woods, and it's their right to keep doing so. And how dare the government don't stop the fires? Well, no offense, but you can keep blaming Trudeau for the fires you start when you go quadding. He doesn't even know you. He doesn't even know you went quadding. Plus, it's like, what is he going to do? Put money into firefighting cultures that are not even smart enough to know how to hire people and train them and coordinate, because it's all about communication skills. Anyway, this city's kind of still nice. Like, there's a lot of people that want to help, but the people that helped me fix it last week, when the librarian called, that's it. They're not going to come today, or maybe not tomorrow or anything. So I'm on my own, and I still want to e-transfer the 250 I owe to the guy tomorrow. Even if he said no, it's my agreement, and he deserves it, and I'm still happy with the help. It's a good price for all the ways he helped. But I also have to try to renew my BCA membership, because I might have to tow it somewhere if it doesn't start. If it starts, I'll just go to the place where I just said is close to options where I can walk, but I just went to follow up at the school district thinking my vehicle starts and I could be on call for the rest of the school year. And I just sent my phase 2 documents for a job, then there'll be a phase 3, and then a few other things before you're offered work with this job. And then people might think with my vlogs, oh, you just want to criticize them when they don't hire you or whatever, or you've posted yourself trying to get work, but maybe you're lazy and you don't want to work. No, this thing, I'm working really hard for phase 1, phase 2, everything. I'm drained, but I'm in survival mode, but I'm doing a good job, and I'm following up and not doing it last minute. And if they hire me, they will see they're going to get a committed, hard-working person. But if they don't hire me with ridiculous answers, or they don't even provide answers when I do all this work, and there's no real reason. Like, I filled out a security screening questionnaire, and I put a lot of stuff in there that they probably don't read answers like that usually, and I'm still holding back. And it's not like I'm holding back in dishonest ways. It's just I live a life uncommon. I could have added a lot more pages, but I gave you what is specific to the questions, and you can ask me details of whatever thing you want later. And there's some things I'm not even sure, because I asked for the information in the past and people don't get it, so I'm not even sure what to enter in some of these questions. And I'm good at getting information, but I don't want to keep harassing people for information that is due me, and then they make me out to be harassing them for keeping information from me about me, because it protects them from maybe being sued later. It's not a functional society. And a lot of things, have you ever done this? I said, no, but I've done that too. And I said, like, in different countries, and if they ask, well, which other countries? Well, Canada's always one of them in these categories, where I said, yeah, I haven't done this, but it's been done to me. They might think, well, what are you getting in job for? Is it related to revenge or whatever? No, it's related to not going through hardships anymore. And I'm tired of reporting the same thing about you and about me. It doesn't change. It's not going to change. I'd like to kind of work hard, and maybe that'll help me have a girlfriend. And it's possible if I get hired, I'll coordinate with some girl that I met in the country being in that location at the same time, and she might be grateful to hang out with me, a familiar face, especially if it doesn't work out where she goes. And she has no clue how expensive things are here, and it might not be that she meets friendly people. I don't know. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. So, anyways, I'm just doing my best, and my neck hurts, and my head hurts, and my throat hurts, so I'm going to take a throat lozenge. I can't watch the Star Trek Season 2, which I love. Lady at the pool. Oh, lady, I was giving her praise when she was in a hot tub. I said, how many laps did you do? I said, like 50 laps, and pretty much. Well, not 50 laps, 50 lengths, which is about 25 laps. And she had so many great different techniques of swimming. They were so precisely done, like really good quality stroke movements. Really older lady who may or may not have had a disability even at a younger age. sure what she said. You should stay in Quesnel. She was just passing through town. I said, my vehicle broke down. You should stay. I know, is this a sign I should stay? So there's a new ad at the college where I applied for a job and where I do my homework. And the ad is for a rental room for a student. I'm not sure if anybody else sees it. It's so dead to college. I might, if my vehicle manages to go down there tomorrow morning again, I'll try not to move it too much and just get that room. Stay here a month. That's if the Ministry of Poverty Creation doesn't screw me, because I'm not even sure there's an office here for it. And my money doesn't come, my poor person check, during the night. If it does, no problem. I still didn't book a plane ticket to go get my motorcycle. Would it be that if I book it, suddenly there's a fire, roads are closed, costs me more in hotels? I can't sleep on my motorcycle all the time. So anyways, I'm just going with the flow. It's been nice to tell myself this story and to hang out. You know, this one has Q, one of my favorite characters. And I know I would cry watching this pretty much every episode. Except right now, I gotta drink a lot more water and not a good time to get dehydrated. I love the number 17, so I'm gonna stop at 17. You could hang up anytime. I'm not posting this for you guys now, it'll be for later. So again, today is May 16th. Last time I left after being towed twice last week. Finally, the repairs seemed alright, although when I climbed a hill, it didn't have a lot of power. It actually had less than I had at other times, but everything else seemed fine. I believe it may be fuel related. You know, I was hoping to try to change the fuel filter, for example, but I'm gonna, learn more and find out more myself tomorrow without relying too much